Hey guys, I'm sitting here with Adam. Look at that face. My little darkness, my little void. The all-consuming darkness, never satiated, all devouring. Isn't that right? He's upset because he was gonna sleep with me last night, but then he got up and I'm like, I don't need him like jumping all over my stuff. Usually when he's in here, he does that. Like he'll stay with me and then he'll get up and jump on the chair and then he's on my computer and I'm like, no. So the moment he got up last night, I let him out, and he didn't like that. But he's been up my ass for the past couple days. Isn't that right, Bubba? Yeah. I've been taking naps, and he's just kind of like right there on the bed, just asleep with me. Yeah. I think he's dying. No, he's just like, I just want to be with you, Grandpa. Is that so wrong? Yes. Yes, it is. Hey, look at this. Look at this. What? Can I help you? Here, it looks like you have something in your eye. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Can everyone see you? There we go. Can everyone see you? There we go. There's Adam. There's Adam. That pretty little blackness. What? What? That's my mic, silly boy. That's my mic. What? I know. Oh my God, John, you have such a great relationship. Yeah, I know. I know. You guys say that about every single one of my cats. You say it about Sam. You say it about Fluffy Butt. You said it about Roxas. I know. I know. Mwah. Can I whisper sweet nothings into your ear? I'm sure there's a video in here somewhere, but I'm just kind of chilling with him right now. He gives licks on the nose, but he's just more concerned with what I'm doing right now. Isn't that right, Bubba? You're just more concerned about everything else. Mwah. You gonna you gonna lay down? Like I said, there's a video in here somewhere. He jumps down and then he's like, "No, Grandpa, I want to come up here. Do you want up or down, dude? Up or down? Come on, come on." He's just so needy that he wants to get down, but then like a second later, he wants to come back up. Now you can stay on the ground then. So, strange week. Life is strange. It certainly is. So, it started on Sunday, where, as per usual, I was drinking from this. I went out to, fill it up, and I was sitting here. I don't remember what I was recording, but I took a sip. I was like, why does it taste like dirt? And then within the same day, I go to bed and I couldn't sleep at all because I couldn't breathe. So the next day, not really thinking about it, I drink some more, although not nearly as much because like all day I was just drinking on from this on Sunday. And then Monday, not I was still drinking from it, but not so much. But then I'm over at June, taking care of June on Tuesday. I'm like, you know, wouldn't it be something if this whole me not being able to breathe properly thing? It started Sunday after I was drinking that water. So I came home and I looked up. I said, just outright, why does my water taste like dirt? Or why does the tap water taste like dirt? And it's like, oh, well, a number of reasons. It could be chlorine, it could be algae, it could be heavy metals. So I looked up, about the breathing issues or heart issues. And of course, yeah, contaminated water like chlorine, algae, heavy metals will cause problems for your respiratory and you know, cardiac uh, and all that. And I was like, okay, well, I certainly want to be able to sleep. So I've been drinking this for the last week or so, and significantly better. You know, I'm not having the difficulty breathing anymore, really. I've been able to sleep just fine. Uh, Sunday, I couldn't sleep at all. Like, I woke up on Monday, I couldn't sleep at all. Uh, Monday, I went to bed, woke up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Normally, I sleep till like 6:40 or so, but I woke up at like 5 o'clock. But then I stopped drinking the water, and what do you know? Pretty much cleared up. I also went out and where is they? Went out and just in case, just got myself a couple of Gatorades for some electrolytes should I need it, because I'm almost. I mean, obviously, I'm almost done with this. And I didn't want to have to keep going out and buying one of these, so considering I'm almost, you know, completely better. I mean, obviously that means I'm gonna have to find another source of water for now, because it doesn't always happen with the sink. At first I thought it was just a bathroom sink, and I go in there because for some reason the water is just colder there. You go out to the sink in the kitchen, you turn the cold water on, and it's cold for like 2 seconds, and then it gets warm. So I usually fill it up in the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, well, the bathroom tastes like this, tastes like dirt. Let me go. What about the kitchen? Yeah, tastes like dirt too. Um, but if it's algae, I know algae, you know, can form from changing of seasons, so that might be the culprit. Um, I think the pipes were just checked not too long ago and replaced because we had an issue with the pipes. You know, the toilet was being clogged, was backing up because there was an actual like a root or something, or like a vine going through the pipes. It was causing a backup. So those were just looked at and replaced not too long ago. So it shouldn't be the pipe. So it must be on the end of the city who's supplying the water. So algae or too much chlorine, but whatever the case, me and my quick thinking and getting this, I'm pretty much better. Um, but yeah, it happened like a year or so ago because I was like, I'm constantly drinking like this throughout the day. So there was a moment where like for 1 year, like 6, 7, 8 months went by, and I was just waking up every morning at like 3 o'clock in the morning, not able to breathe. I didn't know what it was, but it seems like it might have been the water because I stopped drinking the tap water on Monday, and here I am perfectly fine. I've been able to sleep, I'm able to breathe. People would say, "Oh, it's your weight." I'm about 250, which is not that small, but for someone who's 6'4", 250 is not that bad. Also, this shirt is just really big on me. It's like a 2X, 3X. Um, so it looks like it's, you know, there's a lot of space right there. But I'm about 250. I think someone my size is supposed to be like 200, 210. So 250, it's not thin, but I'm not fucking, you know, obese. So, but yeah. So quick thinking on my part, and all this, I was just sitting at the country house. I was like, I wonder if it's the water, you know, because I'm thinking about. I saw something like, I think it was like a, if you suffered from mesothelioma, and I'm thinking so it was talking about like water, you know, tainted water and all that. I'm like, huh. I wonder if that's. I'm like, it did taste like dirt, so let me go see why it might taste like dirt. And then it said like possible chlor overdose with chlorine or algae because of this changing um seasons. Because even though we're still in September and it's still like 80, 90 degrees out, at night the nights have been cool, like 58 degrees cool. So that kind of shift and everything will start causing things to change, and algae, and Again, heavy metals could possibly be a cause. But my quick thinking, I was like, let me just buy filtered water, purified water instead, and drink that and see what happens. Well, I was right, like I tend to be. And yet people don't like listening to me. They think I'm just this crazy person. No, I'm old. I tend to know what I'm talking about a lot of the time. But yeah. But I'm sure you're wondering, oh John, you brought up about taking care of June. How is June? How is the old lady? The other day, she got up 4 or 5 times asking for a transistor radio. She was like, is there a transistor radio I can listen to? I'm like, June, we don't have a radio here. We have magazines, you have your cards. We don't have a radio, which actually that reminds me. I wonder if, because she has dementia, but she also has hearing problems, I wonder if there's a radio for people like her where she could, because it's like, oh, well, we don't want to get her radio because she'd turn it up. And so if there's a radio that could be used for people like her who have hearing problems, but they also acknowledge the fact that other people may not want to listen to it. But she got up, yeah, like 4 or 5 times, and because of her dementia, we're thinking it was like a one-time thing, but no, she kept asking about it like all day. Is there a transistor radio I can listen to? I'm like, no, June, we don't have that. They're expensive. I don't even know how expensive they are. I was trying to get her to sit down because the hallway is very narrow and it's not that well lit even with the lights. And we're like, you can't just. We don't need you getting hurt, June. Um, but she was up and down just, and then she doesn't have a dog. She did have a dog, but she let it out one winter and it froze to death. But she gets up to the door and goes to the door and opens it. It's like, June, what are you doing? I was trying to get the puppy dog to come in. It's like, June, you don't have a puppy dog. He died. We don't say that, but that's what happened to her dog. She had a dog. She let it out one winter. This was years ago. She let it out one winter, and he froze to death because she never let him back in. So, but no, I mean, health-wise, she's fine. Her mind's still gone, but I mean, with the memory, with the transistor radio, I mean, she's been getting up way more, so her energy seems to be there. Her mind, I don't know, it's I don't think it's improving, but the fact that she had this idea of a transistor radio in her mind all day, meaning that memory or thought didn't fade. The nurses come every week, every Wednesday. They take her temperature, blood pressure, her weight, and everything's fine. The only thing I'm more concerned about is her weight. But with dementia, you lose weight like fast. And she's 86 years old, so her weighing 80, 90 pounds is not that abnormal. I wish she was heavier with all the stuff that we give her. You know, she should, but because of the dementia, it's just when you have dementia, you just lose weight. But no, she's fine. I mean, she pisses the bed all the time. She has a diaper on, but then she'll like take the diaper off and throw it across the room. And then it's like, well, why not do what they do to babies? Just like tape it onto them. No, because unlike a baby, she'll just like tear off the diaper, like tear at the diaper, and then you'd go in, suddenly there's pieces of diaper all over the place. So it's, you can't do that. But yeah. And then right now I'm trying to deal with Kinetic. I've got fucking the other day the bill, I couldn't pay the bill because there wasn't enough money in the bank. So I go to the bank, deposit money, then try to come home to pay it. Won't let me pay it on the site, so I call them. They said they took care of it, but then I go on in check my bank today, my account today, and they removed yet another $71 for. And I'm like, what? What? And then on the page for the bill, it shows that September 29th, yet another 69 something. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then I tried to call them, but my dad was the one who set up the account. So it's like, well, we can't answer any questions or do anything until he calls and gives us permission. I'm like, yeah, a 37-year-old needs permission uh, for me to, like, what? I'm like, what kind of bullshit is this? I mean, like, my number is on there, my credit, my card is on there, and yet you need permission from him to, like, what? What? I'm like, I just called the other day and took care of this, and yet now I need permission. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck, guys? So I just texted him like, hey, I only got like 90 something dollars left in my account because of them. So could you like call them now and you know, give them permission to talk to me? But but I did have a good couple of days. My roommate left to go to the mountains, in the mountains with her nephew. She just got back last night. I mean, she doesn't work till Monday, so I don't know why she just didn't fucking stay gone. She could have just stayed gone during the weekend, and I would have been like, nice, got the house to myself. But no. No. But yeah, and then I go, I have to spend money on her cats, Sam, Fluffy Butt, even Adam. She she basically claims him as hers. So I spent money on her cats because she didn't leave me enough litter to do the litter box. I went out there and Sam had shit on the floor because the litter box, she doesn't like to clean it. I end up cleaning it. So then I had to go out, get more litter. Um, but that old chestnut. And where's Adam? Oh, he's over there, lying on the floor like a weirdo. Instead of the nice soft bed that I have and a nice comfy blanket, oh, he's lying on the floor like a weirdo. Cats. What else happened this week? Uh, well, I talked to my best friend for once. It's been like, I don't know how many months. Just, hey, how are you doing? Here's a new cat that came over. I think she named it Emily or something. I don't know. It's like, oh yeah, here's Farina. That was a conversation. I know, but it's whatever. It's whatever. I just kind of keep to myself most of the time nowadays. I just don't have time. I don't tolerate. I can't tolerate much anymore. You know. That she was like, oh, I told her about. I was like, oh, I would, she's like, oh, how are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm just relaxing on a day off. She's like, oh, where are you working at now? I'm like, oh, I'm taking care of June again. She's like, oh, gotcha. And that was a conversation. That was a conversation. I know, and really deep, meaningful, thoughtful, chats. Again, I just, you can only try to talk to a person so many times. Like, oh, hey, you want to hang out, and only be told, oh, I'm not feeling good, so many times before you just stop bothering. If she wants to hang out or whatever, that's on her now. I just don't bother anymore. I just don't bother. Again, I can only say, hey, you want to hang out, only to be told, oh, I'm not feeling good, so many times. If you don't want to hang out, just say you don't want to hang out. Don't keep saying you don't feel good. I don't feel good. I've got fucking fibromyalgia. I don't feel good either. And yet I'm out working. I'm going to Dollar General all the freaking time. I'm going to town. I just. But anyway, yeah, I think that's about as interesting as my week got. Trying to think of anything else. I don't think anything did happen apart from that, all that other stuff. But anyway, at least I can breathe again. At least I can breathe again. So because my smart, quick thinking. So instead of having it go on for months and months and months because I wasn't aware of it, it only lasted like 2 days. So he's a smart one. Gosh, he sure did a smart thing and stopped drinking the tap water. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. If you guys know the drill, Adam, you want to say anything before I go? Adam, come here. Let me get him. Here he is. It's Adam. Adam the cat. You know, Kipper the dog. But it's Adam the cat. You want to say anything before we go? No. No, Grandpa. No, I don't. No. I don't know anything about giving in to the all-consuming void. Hand yourself over to the madness. Anything? He's like, yeah, whatever, Grandpa. Give in to the madness, the insatiable, it's unwavering, all-devouring power of the void. Lose yourself in the madness. Welcome the old ones and the outer ones and into the eldritch terrors into your heart. Let me see that fish. There we go. Okay, now get out of here. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.